Alright guys, let's talk about BMX for the first time on the channel since October the 1st. That's this candle right here, guys, this red one. And had you taken my advice on that day and bought, guys, you would be sitting about double your money at the moment. Now, this is just slightly above 52 cents at the moment. It's breaking local highs here, as you see. It is not the all-time high, though. The all-time high is sitting up here at this blue line. Now, the blue line right here is the top of the Fibonacci, but once it breaks this blue line right here, it will be at new all-time highs. So, you know, this is a long time in the making, guys. I can say this chart goes back to 2018. So when you compare it to something like BGB from BitGet, yeah, this one is a bit slower, but the tokenomics of this coin are better than BGB, guys. So I am actually a little bit glad that I did sell my BGB at this point. If you want, guys, go check out that video I made about the BitGet exchange. I made it, I think, about 3 weeks ago, guys, and it's about what they claimed I did on their exchange. And pretty much they banned me, we can say. I wasn't fully banned, but I was banned from participating in launch pools and things. Anyways, doesn't really matter when it comes to this video, guys. I am actually glad that happened because that actually opened up my eyes and I found this token, guys. Taking a look at the volume profile here, guys, you can see that most of the volume took place below about 3.3 cents, guys. Whew, I really missed it. But anyways, guys, I am glad I am in this right now as it is. And you can see there really isn't too much volume up here after about 3 cents. But yeah, there's only about 8,700 holders of this token, guys, that I have seen actually on the Explorer itself. And yeah, so there really isn't anything holding us back from making a new all-time high, I should say. And yeah, we do have, you know, maybe the best support back here at the top of this Fibonacci level right here at about 33 cents. And that's about where I bought my tokens, guys. I think about, what, 28 to 32 cents I made some buys. And yeah, I've pretty much doubled my money from what I put in here. Jumping over to the Bollinger Bands here, you can see there was maybe a slight pinch back here in the beginning of September. I wouldn't really call it so much of a pinch, though, but you can see that this line does come up pretty, heavily here. And this one kind of slopes down, but it's not really coming down into this and pinching, I would say. If we look at this on a daily time frame, we do have a very narrow part back here, guys, where you do see a little bit of a pop. But it's not really pinching. What you want to see here is a pinching on the Bollinger Bands. And when you get a pinch, that's really when you see price action. Now, we have a very wide Bollinger Band here on the daily time frame right now. So I would say when it comes to longer term time frames like daily and weekly Bollinger Bands, they're not really helping the price action. Now, jumping over to the RSI and stochastic here, you can see that the RSI is getting a little bit overheated here, unfortunately, on the monthly time frame. Now, looking at the stochastic, it is still coming up pretty heavily here. So this is still okay, but we do kind of have a mixed signal with this reaching overheated territory. 1 week time frame getting overheated as well on the RSI here. Stochastic is coming up pretty heavily. It looks like the monthly time frame really. Daily time frame is getting a little bit overheated here on stochastic, and the RSI is right on the line. So again, not too good either. Now the 4-hour time frame overheated on the RSI and looks like it's about to turn around here. Now you can see it kind of just flirts with this line of being overheated, and it's been doing that for a while, pretty much, for what, several days. And the stochastic here is overheated, unfortunately, and probably about to turn back around to the downside, I would say. Now the 1-hour time frame coming down already on the stochastic. RSI is a little bit flat here, but overheated as well, so that's not good either. 15-minute time frame is looking good on stochastic. Looks like it's probably about to turn around to the upside. RSI is a little bit flat here and in neutral territory. So this is probably the best time frame that we have seen, unfortunately. But yeah, pretty much everything else is in the overheated territory. Now, let me just put this on a 4-hour time frame, and let's get rid of the Bollinger Bands here. And yeah, I would say more than likely, guys, this is probably about a stopping point here just for now until these indicators do reset. Maybe we even get a little bit of a slight pullback down to about 50 cents. You see the top of this wick here. And that's kind of a psychological number there at 50 cents. So maybe a couple of cents pullback from here. And I do expect that the run will continue. We do have this line here, this trend line, guys, kind of holding us up since about when? The 1st or 2nd? Yeah, it looks like the 2nd of October. Yeah, this is the 4-hour time frame. So it's been holding us up for about 3.5 weeks already. So if we break that, then we probably have something to worry about. But we do have support here at about 44.5 cents on the weekly time frame as well. And one more indicator to consider is the MACD, guys. And look at this. On a monthly time frame, it has now printed a nice, solid, dark green candle. And the blue line has just crossed this red line to the upside. So that is actually good when it comes to momentum. Now, looking at the weekly time frame, we just avoided basically getting red here because you can see, guys, it was light green candles and then it started to move to dark green. So looks like it just avoided crossing that red line right there. Blue line is now heading up once again. So that is actually pretty good on the 1 week time frame. Daily time frame, we had a small period of red here and now we're just getting some dark green candles. Blue line is pointed pretty heavily to the upside. So guys, momentum is up for this token, guys. And I do think, like I said, this is going to be one of the surprises of this bull run. As long as Bitmart keeps growing, guys, that's what we really need to see. Will they grow? And I do have some news when it comes to that. If we go and look at the exchanges, they are the number 16 exchange when it comes to volume. So, you know, that isn't bad, guys. They're ahead of things like xt.com, which I used very heavily in the past, and they stole my Casper, and I left them. And, you know, look at this. Binance US, they're even behind them. So I use Biconomy a lot, guys. And, yeah, I wouldn't actually touch their token at all. Now, Bitmart, you know, they are growing, and they are getting higher and higher on this list from what I've seen, too. So keep that in mind. I mean, they're just 2 spots behind Kraken, and I'm sure you guys probably know Kraken. Crypto.com, too, it's only a few spots ahead of them. So keep this in mind, guys. Now, looking at Tokenomics here, it's the number 359 coin at the moment. So it's up about 14% today. And you can see my holdings here, guys. I have this much profit, actually. That is pretty good. My average cost, it says, is 15 cents. I did actually make some sells and buybacks, so that has lowered my average net cost. And, yeah, so I probably do have something close to this. It's probably not perfect, though. Anyways, the max supply is this odd number right here. Circulating, you have a little bit less than half of that circulating, so that's actually not too bad. Hopefully they don't need to inflate that much. I do think I saw something about coin burning too here. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember if that was true or not, so I'm not going to say they do coin burning, but I hope they do. Anyways, the all-time low was 0.006727 cents. If you bought it over 5 years ago, guys, you're sitting very pretty. So I wish I got it at that price. All-time high so far, it was about a year ago. Now, you're only about 16% down at the moment, guys. But again, keep this in mind. There's only 339 million of this circulating. Now, looking at Bitcoin, guys, we're sitting at 114,766. So we have actually reached the target of this W pattern now. And we need to break this local high right here. So basically, 115,200 is what I'm looking to break, at least on a daily time frame. We also have a lot of daily resistances here above us. So if we can break 116 pretty much flat, that would put us over this mark right here. And then, guys, we're probably in for more upside. So right now, still not out of the woods because we haven't broken this local high yet, though. Now, I need to point out, just like my X post this morning, we do have a gap below us, and that is a pretty significant gap, and we are not too far away from it. So keep that in mind. We also have this gap down here just below 107, and that's only a $275 gap, though. So altogether, there's about $3,000 of gaps within this immediate zone here from about 106 up to where we are. So within this $10,000 range, we have $3,000 that are, with gaps. And will it get filled? I mean, the farther we move away from them, the more likely that we don't fill them. But I do think we will fill this CME gap, so we're probably going to feel some pain probably this week a little bit until we fill this gap, and then we're going to push forward. Now, as for the Bitcoin monthly returns, we are plus 1% at the moment, so this is good. We have turned green. If we go to Ethereum, guys, it is actually getting a rejection here at $4,200, but we are back above this box. This is what I wanted to see. This is what I've been talking about the past few days. We need to stay above this box. If we don't stay above this box, we run the risk of, heading into a bear market. So the first thing is keeping this box. The second thing is keeping this local trend line. And the third thing would be staying in this channel. So if we would drop below $3,600 on a weekly time frame, pretty much the bear market would be here. Total market cap is at 3.82 trillion. We do have a red candle on the day, though, unfortunately. It's trying to break through this 3.84 trillion at the moment. We did get a rejection here at 3.9 trillion on the weekly time frame. Now, if we go to the total market cap excluding Bitcoin, again, it is working on 1.55 trillion. It's trying to break through it for the second day in a row. We have broken this W pattern here, but pretty much I think we're at the target. If we were to measure this, basically the target would be somewhere around here. We are trying to break back into this channel too, so that's also going to be a little bit of a resistance right there itself. Now, this morning on my X post, we did have a red Bitcoin dominance candle, but right now we're getting a green candle, unfortunately, and it is keeping this trend line. So this is what we want to see break to the downside. We need a nice red candle here. So far, we're not getting that candle, and we're just sitting below 60%. Now, if we go to the USDT dominance, we had 4 days of red. Now we're getting a little bit of a bounce here. The 4.7% is keeping support, so we did get a bounce really right there. And that's kind of expected. But we do have an M pattern here in play, so it is looking more bearish than bullish here for the USDT dominance. I would say we're going to see some downside here shortly. Altcoin season index has cooled slightly. It was at a 45 a little bit earlier today. Now it's at a 43. Not too bad. Okay, we're still warming up slowly. If we look at the liquidation heat map, $406 million have been wrecked in the last 24 hours. So this is a little bit more elevated than we saw yesterday and through the weekend. If we look at the fear and greed, at a 51 right now, so we're in neutral territory. Yesterday was fear, and we have the next update in about 9 hours and 40 minutes. Now, if we look at the bull market peak indicators, guys, sell at the top. This is interesting. I think they just added this maybe today, or maybe I just missed it in the last few days. But the average progress is about 53%. So that actually is a good thing to have here. I would say this would probably be one of the better indicators. Just the average progress itself as a whole, taken all together, the 30 indicators. And the Pi cycle top indicator is sitting at 56%. So if you want to know what 56% looks like, this is what it looks like, guys. Now, core durable goods orders looks like it got wiped off the economic calendar today just because of the government shutdown. If we go to Moody's, sentiment is risk on, trend is growing, and today we've had a very positive day once again. So we did have some news earlier in the day, basically with the trade talks that happened over the weekend. They were very positive, guys, so this is very nice to see. Now, if we go to crypto bubbles, today, not doing so good. There are a few things. I did a virtual video actually a couple of days ago. You can still check that out, but it's pretty much outdated, I would say, at this point. I did a Zcash video though last night. You can still check that out. And guys, if you want to stake your coins, go to Coinondo. There's nothing with BMX here just because I don't think they have anything with Bitmart in this. If we're talking about other coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and things like that. But anyways, you can check out some of these other coins. They will tell you if they have deals, like BNB has 34 deals found. And anyways, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with your friends. Check out some of those deals that I have below. I do have exchange partnerships with Bybit, MEXC, BingX, Bitrue, BTSE, WeX, and CoinEx, guys. If you use those links, I really, truly appreciate it. Some of you have been using them. You can also get a membership to the channel, guys. And there are some benefits to that as well. And anyways, guys, I will see you all in the next video.